Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum.
And I'm Sam.
And today we're reviewing Russell Reserve Single Barrel.
I'm all in, yeah, maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. All mine, yeah, maybe I'm selfish. You're mine, lady.
Alrighty, so Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. This is a new one for us. We haven't tried this before. We bought Rare Breed today, which is, I mean, we've had that quite a few times. It's always a favourite of ours. We thought we'd pick up a new bourbon. We're feeling a bourbon today. Alrighty, so Russell's Reserve is aged for at least 10 years, which is pretty good for a bourbon. Yeah. It's pretty dark, you can see. Even in the glass, it's pretty dark for a little amount. It's 55%, so it's got a pretty decent kick. Yeah, this is one, I put some water in it to test it out. It's not, I mean, it's heavy on, I think, like it's a very sweet bourbon, but it's also pretty heavy on like the rye, herbal, spicy notes. I think it's just like, spoiler, I think it's a beautiful bourbon. We're really enjoying this so far. I can't decide whether I like that or the Rare Breed better, to be honest. I'm leaning towards this more now. I normally like the Rare Breed better, but I'm not sure.
I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah.
The Rare Breed's kind of more I don't know how to explain it. Like it's more cherry, more sweet.
Yeah.
So I reckon maybe like after a meal, the Rare Breed would be better.
But this has got more spice. I don't know.
They're both good for good reasons.
Yeah. Alright, so this one, I think it was, what is his name? Eddie Russell was the distiller for this one, or the maker. He's behind a lot of pretty famous bourbons, I believe.
Yeah.
So Russell's Reserve is part of the Wild Turkey distillery. So when you taste this, and you can compare it to like a Rare Breed, you'll come back with a fair few similarities. That's why it's from the same distillery. I think Rare Breed's made from like 6, 10 and 12-year-old barrels mixed. This is from one single age of at least 10 years old, single barrel. But yeah, it's beautiful. I'm loving it so far. I think it's pretty available in our area. At least in our one liquor store that is pretty good with whiskies. Yeah. So I'll keep that. We have like one store that's really good with keeping up to date with good whiskies and stuff. Everywhere else is pretty slack. Like you get the generic, supermarket chains with
unless
their liquor
want to
stores.
travel like 40, 50 Ks to get to.
Yeah, exactly. We can't do that right now because it's all in lockdown. But we'll get into notes, I guess.
A lot of dark fruits.
Brown sugar.
Kind of like molasses.
Yeah, it's thick. This is a thick whiskey. Like it's, I mean, besides the fact that it's 55%, it's also the oil content. Like it seems pretty high and oily. It clings to your mouth, doesn't it?
Yeah,
nice.
sure does.
It lasts a while. Get that corn sweetness, but that age has really taken away kind of like that dusty corn sweetness and turned it into like a caramelly. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I get a little bit of that cherry sweetness, not as much as the Rare Breed.
I kind of smell the wood bitters as well.
Yeah.
It's like a little like subtle.
Yeah. I get wood bitters. I get like kind of green tea or maybe black tea.
Yeah, that's it. Like lawn, like fresh.
Yeah. There's some like tea, grassy notes. It's that herbal, I guess, percentage that the rye, the spices. It's beautiful. It's
I want to taste this because I really want it.
Yeah. Like that ethanol. Well, see, it's not even an ethanol like kick. Like, obviously it's ethanol because it's alcohol, but it's not like, it doesn't taste like ethanol. You get just that alcohol kick because it's so high, but it's just that heat in your mouth. It dances around, but then it's just that heat in your mouth, and you swallow it, and it heats up your stomach. It's good for the winter. I reckon.
Good winter whiskey.
Yeah. The same. I feel like the palate's pretty similar to the nose, actually.
Yeah, it lines up pretty much the same as the nose. I'm trying to get a difference, but I can't really.
Maybe a bit spicier. That's probably just because of the alcohol, though.
I get like a little hint of a chocolate note, but not really.
I was about to say dark chocolate and like pine. I was getting a little bit.
Like it's not overwhelmingly chocolate. It's
No,
like
not at all.
Little faint.
Like pure cocoa powder.
Yeah,
no sweetness. Like the sweetness is like this is a sweet bourbon, but it's not. The chocolate isn't the
Cocoa
sweetness
powder,
part.
yeah,
It's like cocoa powder on top of like caramel or something. It's like that bitter cocoa. It kind of matches up with the barrel spice. So we've got a Glen liver glass. We need a few more Glen cans.
Should we just order like 5
Glen
or 10
cans
of
have been
Should we just order
It's
like
been such an issue for us, like having Glencans. We
Yeah,
had
what?
like 4, broke them all, and then
they're $10 each? We should just order like 10. 10 and then we'll like stock them up over there.
bought a fair bit of rare breed.
Good, I love it. Red Breed's probably
is
my
good.
favourite bourbon at the moment.
Really? I think
This is
I
a close second, I reckon. Easy close second.
I still think that like the Woodford Double Oaked is like so high up on my list right now. It's so brown sugar heavy.
It's
I love
nice,
it.
but like I don't know how to explain it. Like to me, that's
need it
kind
high
of a
proof.
bourbon. Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
lacking the proof.
I would love that same whiskey, just high proof. To be honest, would probably hit my
But
top.
it's probably a thing. We just haven't found it. Probably. Let us know if you know
Yeah.
if there's a double oaked high proof.
I know that there's like a cask strength version of Woodford, but like
Yeah, normal
I don't know
Woodford,
about the double oaked cask strength.
They
But
should.
They should, because that would be so nice. Let's go compare the noses. They are very similar. I'll give them that. On the nose, at least. This is again coming up with a bit more green tea spiciness. This is a bit sweeter.
Just need a little bit more to compare. See what I have to deal with. Give me the Red Breed.
They're so similar, but Red Breed's
A
sweeter.
little bit more alcohol burn on the
Yeah, a bit more alcohol. Oh, it's a couple points higher. It's 58. It's 58 and a half. So it's a little bit. It's a little bit hotter. I'd say it's
little
still
bit.
sweeter though. I'd say it's still sweeter.
On taste or nose?
Both. More taste. Nose, they kind of smell.
I reckon it's a little bit harsher on nose.
It's a bit hotter on the taste as well, but it's still sweeter, in my opinion. Their palate though, the actual like notes are quite similar. I'd say the Russell's is a bit more spice heavy, and the Red Breed is a bit more like cherry. But
Yeah, they're practically the same on taste.
They're both really nice whiskies. Got
No
some-
wonder we like them though.
Yeah,
It's just like those classic bourbon
the
notes.
classic bourbons, but just cranked up. We love that. Like, Red Breed's always been one of my top 5 bourbons, just because affordability, availability,
Yeah.
price, and flavor. They just hit everything. Like I don't know. There's
I always thought Red Breed was basically just cherry. But like comparing it to
Yeah, yeah.
this, like there's a
It brings
lot
out more notes.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
more notes. A lot more alcohol burn though, I
yeah.
found.
Yeah, I feel like that's what every time we've brought out another whiskey to just kind of compare, like even if it's something that isn't as similar like this, I feel like it accentuates notes that you weren't getting initially from the original whiskey, because it kind of just highlights things that you were or weren't getting in the other thing, and it just you see the stark difference in flavors, and it makes it way more interesting. It helps you get more notes out of it. And to really, if you don't compare some whiskeys, you should start like bringing out just the same region, same style, like two bourbons, 2
Islays,
scotches,
too.
2 Islays, something like that. But I don't know, it makes it more interesting if you're drinking whiskey, especially neat. Like you get out way more notes.
Make sure you don't do anything the next day though. So
Yeah, especially when you're doing bourbons like this. Oh my god, 2 almost 60% bourbons. Whew, I'm feeling
yeah,
it
luckily I
already.
don't have to do anything till tomorrow night. So
Yeah, me neither. All right, I'm gonna toast out with the Rare Breed because it's more full and it's a cleaner glass, which is better.
Go for
But thank you for watching. Hope you like this episode on the Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. Check out our socials. We'll link them below. Anyway, check us out in the next video. Cheers.